Hello everyone, Jesse Webb, TradersPro. Market conditions, bullish in a bull market, still working on that overall uptrend. Saw a little bit of a pullback yesterday, which was nice, brought that momentum indicator back into this bullish trend, taking it out of that extreme area, which is what we want to look for opportunities to be buying into this current trend, is seeing that momentum pull back just a little bit. So we're seeing it retrace just a little bit. Breadth indicator still, hovering right around that trending to non-trending range, or trending to uptrend range. And so still overall bullish conditions right here. Now even more so if we can get this, the sentiment to just pull back just a little bit, or just stay right here and allow for a little bit of a retracement. If we look at this SPY chart, you've got this happening here as well. Now, if I move this back into 6 months, just to pull back to a support area, bringing this area back into a more sustainable buy location instead of having this chart that starts to go straight up. It needs a little bit of time to consolidate some of those gains. So overall constructive day yesterday, where there was just nothing intense about it. It was just calm and quiet. We'll see if we get that continuation of that kind of feel today and maybe for the next few days. Would be my anticipation. If we take a look at the muscle stocks group, there's actually some really nice looking trends that are developing here. One that I want to show you, and you'll see it in that email, the list of stocks that's coming out. The bottom part of that email, you'll see the ETFs, the new buys for ETFs. And if you notice these top 3 or 4, it's blockchain, Bitcoin, crypto, industry, digital payments, iShares, blockchain, tech. Okay. Part of the reason why is you saw a big move in Bitcoin yesterday, right around after a real deep retracement. It's a really bullish looking chart pattern. And so now you're seeing some of these crypto ETFs take off. In addition to that, you're also seeing now in this top buy list, there are a handful. I don't know if they made it quite to the top, but there are a couple of them. MARA is one of them that had a real big move yesterday, 17%. It was a real high flyer. Couple years ago, back in the crypto boom. They are hardware part of that trend. So you can see that you saw crypto moving. You're now seeing the entire crypto universe starting to ignite again. So be aware of that. That's actually kind of an exciting trend that could be developing for some additional and big opportunities here back in that crypto world. So MARA is also one. Let's go through the top list. ELF, which is consumer staples, cosmetic stock, has really just been, a high flyer, 300% in the last 12 months, and just continues. Every pullback just continues to move higher. So not surprising to see that little hold pullback bump back up into that buy range. Good looking chart pattern there. Although that said, it's had a massive run and certainly maybe due for a pullback. DICE, pardon me, a gap higher, probably some kind of news item or buyout or something along those lines. When you see that big, large gap and then it doesn't do much, that's typically the case. Would slow down and take a look at that one if in terms of the actual news item that's happening. BBIO, really probably of the charts I've looked through so far today, this is one of the best looking ones. Part of that reason is you get this. We've got our buy profile here. You've got a long consolidation phase right here with 1, 2, 3 levels of support, and then a broken buyout type pattern here, or an uptrend with a retest now. So now you have this breakout with a counter trend retest, and then a really solid looking uptrend bar that's about 10%. Okay, so that allows you to set a stop loss at the low of that bar, and this becomes your risk. The entire bar becomes the amount that you're willing to risk. If you're wrong, then it's going to be, in this case, 10%. I don't like them when you get their real strong gap higher. It moves us up to extreme, and this is maybe 10 or 15%. Kind of like that MARA trade, or the MARA stock right here, 17%. To set a stop at this low or this low, that's a pretty wide stop loss. Nonetheless, that just means you can take on less shares to be able to do that, to manage the risk profile on a setup like that. But there's some good-looking names in there to go through. I'd go through that top list and see what's developing here. The BBIO, let me go back to that. That's a really good looking chart pattern. Keep an eye on that one. Let's go out just a little bit further here, because let's go out 2 years. So this trend, you can see it's gotten completely obliterated as of year and a half ago, and then it's just been consolidating along this bottom right here. So this pattern, this entire pattern right here, uptrend, and this long retrace, that's just a bullish formation set right at this support area, as I mentioned. So BBIO, keep an eye on that today. That'll do it for today's update. Everyone have a fantastic day today.